what's up, y'all? So, it is Sunday, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This weekend I have felt so lazy, but that's okay. I feel like we all have lazy weekends where we don't want to do much, and when I say I don't want to do much, what that really means is I was gonna do sourdough discard Cheez-Its, but I didn't want to go to the grocery store just for a block of cheese to shred so I could make them. So instead, we're just gonna experiment with some sourdough. I need to make a loaf of sourdough bread because I really want to do like ham and cheese paninis tomorrow or Tuesday for dinner, and I need some bread for that. And Calvin's outside barking because that's what he does. Anyway, I have a recipe that I normally follow for sourdough, but I'm just gonna kind of mess with it, and we're gonna make a loaf of sourdough, and we're gonna make it cheesy. And yeah, and also I have been meaning to try this where you leave your dough out on the counter all night to like proof or whatever. And I want to try that. I always just like shape it and put it in my Banneton basket and put it in the fridge and then get it out the next day and bake it. And it turns out fine. But I'm really curious to see what happens if I leave it out on my counter all night. It might be a failure. I don't know. Might be a failure. Maybe what I'm gonna do, this recipe that I have actually makes 2 loaves of sourdough. Maybe I should leave one out on the counter all night to proof and then one in the refrigerator and see the difference. That's what we're gonna do. I just made that up on the fly. Anyway, let me add more water to my bowl now because I've decided that this is what I'm gonna do. So, I'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, I added more. I'm like raising my tripod up. I added more water to this bowl because I'm gonna make 2. So I have 570 grams of water in this bowl. And I'm gonna make 2 loaves in case one turns out bad. And if they both turn out great, then I'll put one in the freezer. That's what we're gonna do, making it up on the fly. All right, so let me angle this camera down so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, since I'm unprepared for making 2 loaves, I'm going to attempt to add 260 grams of sourdough starter to this 570 grams of water. I don't even know if I have 260 grams here, but this is what she looks like. So we're going to see what we have here. Okay, we're gonna do a little mixy. And then it calls for 800 grams of flour. So I think I'm gonna do 400 grams of bread flour and 400 grams of regular all-purpose flour. Probably help if I got the scale out. I don't even know if this bowl's big enough. I've never made 2 loaves of bread at a time. All right, so 400. Oh boy, too much. Okay, now I'm gonna do 400 grams of regular flour. I feel like this is all just gonna like dump out. Okay, now I'm gonna mix it up. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up. Then I'm gonna cover it and let it sit for 30 minutes. And then I'll be back and add flour. Yeah, this bowl is not big enough, but your girl's winging it over here. Oh, you know, whatever. All right, y'all. It's been over 30 minutes because we had a Calvin emergency for an extra 20 minutes. So it's been almost an hour, but that's okay. So we're gonna take this off. I'm gonna add about 20 grams of salt. Now, I'm gonna take it off the scale and I'm gonna knead it together. And then I'm gonna let it sit for 45 minutes and I'm not gonna touch it. Actually, I'm gonna let it sit an hour and I'm not gonna touch it. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I'll come back and do stretch and folds. I'm actually kind of excited. I've never made 2 loaves before. I will see you in an hour. All right, the lighting is just like super harsh in here right now. So I'm just gonna do stretch and folds every 30 minutes for the next 3 hours. Also, you can probably definitely hear Calvin in the background drinking water. So yes, I probably will not film myself doing stretch and folds because I do it in like every single sourdough video, and y'all can probably figure out what it means by now. So I'm gonna do this every 30 minutes, like I said, for the next 3 hours. So I'll see you after 3 hours. Okay, it has been 3 hours. And this is my last stretch and fold. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna let this sit on the counter for probably like 3 hours, and then I'm gonna divide it into 2, and we're gonna shape one of the loaves, put it in the Banneton basket, all the things, and then we're gonna keep the other one in here, let it rise overnight, and see what happens. I've been meaning to do this for the longest time. I just want to see what happens, and I figured I might as well make a video. Now I'm just gonna cover it back up and see you guys in 3 hours. Y'all, I just spent like 5 minutes recording and it wasn't recording. This is the story of my life. So to paraphrase basically what I just said is it's been about 3 hours. This dough has risen quite a bit. I'm going to take all the dough out, put the bowl on the scale, zero it out, weigh the dough, split it in half, keep half in this bowl overnight, see what happens. The other half, we're going to shape it and do all the things like I normally do, because that's just basically the point of this video. Is I want to see what happens if I leave it out on the counter overnight. But I also don't want to ruin my bread. That's why I'm making 2. So, you know. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. This one's just gonna say good night. See you in the morning. Let's bring you guys over here. Where we're gonna do this. And leave it on the counter for about 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll be back to it. All right, it has been some minutes later. There's lots of sirens happening outside, so that's nice. This dough is so sticky. it's really too early for me to be doing this, but we have to go to bed soon. So there's whatever. I'm gonna put some cheese in it. Maybe. The good cheese. The good cheese. One thing about me is I just like to try things with food. Like, even though I know that keeping that one dough out on the counter is probably a terrible idea, I genuinely just want to see what will happen. And I know that by doing this loaf, I'm going to have a pretty decent loaf, regardless. So, you know, it doesn't matter. Other than my dough is so sticky. No, she's gonna fall everywhere like glitter. I'm gonna leave it out on the counter one more time, come back and like reshape it, and then I'll put it in my basket. I don't even know if I'll show that. See you later. Okay, so I went ahead and reshaped this and put it in the basket, so I'm gonna cover it and put it on the cover it. There we go. I'm gonna cover it, put it in the fridge overnight. We'll see what it looks like in the morning, and just for reference, before we all go to bed, this is what my counter dough looks like. So we will see her in the morning and see what it looks like. So yeah, we'll see her in the morning, and I'll see you guys in the morning. So good night, y'all. It's the next morning. Look at this. This is way overproofed. This is not what I thought would happen, but we gotta get to this after I take Calvin outside. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I made myself a nice coffee, as you can see, and now we're gonna deal with this dough. Basically, we're gonna shape it. Alright, I'm gonna do this and then leave it on the counter for a couple minutes and then shape it. Put it in my basket and then put it in the fridge for a while. Alright, so this is the first loaf. The one that did not sit out onto the counter overnight. I have my oven preheated to 500 with a Dutch oven in it, and then I took the Dutch oven out, lowered the temperature to 450, and we're gonna score this and bake it. I'm gonna try to get this to do like an ear, like that's all I'm gonna do. Cut it pretty deeply. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Yeah. Maybe we'll just... There. That's what we're doing. So, let me move you all over. I have this fear that I'm just gonna like grab this when it's super hot because I'm dumb. Alright. I think I've definitely grabbed a hot lid before. Alright, let me put this in the oven. I guess. Let me show you. It's not like you guys haven't seen me putting something in the oven for the millionth time. All right, I'm gonna do 18 minutes at 450. I'm gonna come back, take the lid off, lower the temperature to 425, and then probably do another 15, 20 minutes. About to see. She's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna cook it for like another 18 minutes at 425. What's up, y'all? I feel like I never get on here and actually just chat. It's just like me cooking and talking about cooking. So while we wait for that sourdough to get done, I started running 2 weeks ago. So that's been fun, except it's like Friday night or Saturday night, like I hurt my knee. I think it actually may have been like Thursday night, I think. But like, I used to run when I was in high school and middle school and all the things because I played sports. And then I went to college and like didn't really run. And then we moved to Nebraska and I went to pharmacy school and I ran quite a bit there for the first like couple years of school, and then I got just so busy I stopped running. And then we moved back to Missouri and I didn't run forever, but then like a couple weeks ago I was like, you should run again. So I started running. It was going really well. And then, yeah, I think I just run weird, which is why my knee hurts. So gotta work on that. But I did order some new running shoes. You guys want to see a picture of them? Because they're pretty cool. My mom's gonna be like, you didn't tell me you were running. Sorry, Mom, I'm running now. The last 2 weeks. See if I can actually click on. No, please hold. Please hold. I gotta Google it now. I feel like I need to entertain everyone while I'm like Googling on my phone. Yeah, so started running. I feel like I'm on a sourdough journey right now. I won't lie. Here, hold on. I'm not sure if it will focus. Yeah, I love bright colors. So these are the new running shoes I ordered because I haven't had new running shoes in like 8 or 9 years. That's embarrassing. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm on a sourdough journey because I'm on a journey to make a more like springy loaf. So I think my next video might be another sourdough baking video. If anyone's tired of that, I'm sorry, but I'm on a journey to make my sourdough better, to make it more springy and round. And I saw a thing somewhere, I don't know if it was Reddit or it may have been Reddit, like a hack on how to tell when your dough is like properly like proofed and ready to go in the fridge. So I'm gonna try it. And then my mom's coming next weekend to visit, so she will definitely be in 1 or 2 videos. She won't admit it, but she likes to be in the videos. I know she does. Yeah, she will not admit that, but she's the camera. She likes the camera. Yeah. I think those are some updates that I have. I'll let you guys know how my knee is going. I don't think I finished the story of my knee. Like when I was younger, I would just like feel a pain and just keep going. That was like the thing. But now I'm like, maybe I should wait for it to not hurt before I run again. So I ran a Saturday night, and then I did not run Sunday night. Today is Monday, and I don't think I'm gonna run tonight. I'll probably run tomorrow, like a light run, and see if it feels better. Anyway, yeah, so those are life updates with me. I do have, like I said, my first loaf in the oven right now, but I think we're gonna put a pause on that after this one gets done baking, so I can go grocery shopping, and then we'll bake the other loaf that's in the fridge that I think is gonna be like a pancake. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Anyway, I will see you guys when I pull this loaf out of the oven. Bye. Let's move it over here. Over here. She looks nice. My scoring did not do so well, but you know, we can work on that. That's what she looks like. Looks pretty good. Even got some little blisters on it. Yeah. The bottom looks good. Oh yeah. Looks good. Alright, I'm gonna go grocery shopping. And I'll be back to cook my other one. Okay, so this has been in the the fridge for like 3 hours. This is what she looked like. I feel this is totally gonna be like a flat loaf. But I'm excited to like see what happens. So again, I have my oven preheated to 500 with the Dutch oven in it. I took the Dutch oven out, lowered the temperature to 450, and I'm gonna score this, put it in the Dutch oven, bake it for 18 minutes, and you know the drill. I don't have much faith for this guy. She's gonna be a pancake. Okay. Move that out of the way. Move you guys. Maybe that. You all again. Not that you don't know what it looks like to put something in the oven, but for video purposes. Alright, we'll see what she looks like in 18 minutes. Okay, we're about to find out if this is flatbread. Kind of flat. Definitely way more flat than my other bread. So I'm gonna put it back in there at 425 for like 18 more minutes. But lesson learned, at least based on looking at it right now, you do not want to leave your bread dough on the counter overnight. Alright guys, maybe it's not any different than my other loaf. It might even be poofier. So, let's see. Hang on. Alright, as you guys can see, this is the first loaf. Whoa, the camera. Alright, this is the first loaf. I'm going to pull this one out. Okay, it is flatter. A little bit. Yep, is a lot flatter. You can tell. I say a lot flatter. A lot more flat, you know, is the better grammatical way to say that. So what I'm going to do is let this cool, and then we are going to cut into them and see what they look like on the inside, taste them, and then end the video, because honestly this has kind of been fun. I'm very curious to see what each of them look like. So I'll be back in about an hour. Alright, moment of truth. This is the one I made this morning, where I put it in the fridge overnight, let it bulk ferment in there, blah, 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 blah. This is the one I left on the countertop. This one is like definitely way flatter than this one. So let's cut into them. Let's do this guy first. Let's just slice it right down the middle. You guys ready? Whoa. Actually looks pretty good. Like the inside looks pretty good. Alright. Alright. Let's do it. You guys ready? Ready for this? Whoa! They actually both look pretty good. Let's see if I can maybe hold them side by side. Ignore my noises. This one definitely looks better than this one. This one looks a lot more dense and flat. But yeah. You guys can make your own determinations on that. Now, let's actually cut some pieces and try them. Please hold. Let me cut them while I'm not videoing myself. Okay. Filming myself while like trying food is never gonna be not awkward. Okay, so this is the one that sat out on the counter. This is the one that I did like I normally do properly. So I'm gonna go with counter bread first. I'm gonna speed through my chewing because it's gonna be a minute. It's kind of chewy, but it definitely tastes like sourdough. Like it has a sour flavor. I don't really know. I think this one's better, which is the one I normally do, but like if you were to like blindfold me, I'm not really sure if I could like tell you the difference. They're both good. I just spaced out. Like I was just looking out the window there. But like chances are basically no one has made it to this far in the video, so y'all don't know how weird I am. Okay. First of all, this one tastes more cheesy. I don't know why. I put like, I think the same amount of cheese roughly in each one. This one is more dense and gummy and definitely more flat, but it doesn't taste bad. It kind of tastes more sour. It has more of the sour flavor in it. It's not a bad thing. It's just not like a big round loaf of bread. It's kind of more flat, but it doesn't taste bad. This one tastes like it should. It's pretty good. I mean, honestly, they're both edible. They're both good. Will I do this again? No, I'm not gonna like purposely set it out on my counter overnight again, because now I know what happens. But in my next video, I did see a hack that kind of lets you know when your dough has sat on the counter and fermented or whatever. I don't really know the correct term, but it lets you know kind of when your dough has doubled in size and, excuse me, when it's doubled in size and when it's ready to be shaped and put in the banneton basket and then put it in the fridge. So that's gonna be my next video. Like, do we need more bread in this house? Absolutely not. Am I gonna make more bread? Absolutely. So with that being said, I'm gonna go figure out what to do with all of this bread, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.